All right, hello everyone. Good afternoon. As Ali mentioned, my name is Anika Walker. I'm from Mercy Learning Center in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I wanted to share with you something that we do here at Mercy. Every week, we have a student weekly that goes out to all students and staff. This includes our full time program and as well as our flex part time program classes. And the weekly is usually sent out the Friday before the following week. And I wanted to just start off by sharing the an example of a weekly, just so you guys can get a bit of a background as to what it looks like. We really try to make the weekly have certain features. There's always a article on the left hand side that changes every week, along with a weekly affirmation, some community information on the right hand side, as well as the calendar of just important dates to keep in mind. The second page includes a math corner, and or it can also include a section on women in history. And then we have a grammar section. And then on the right, we have a licensed child care program here at Mercy. So we do have a parent corner. Our director, Maria Moreno, I do believe she's on the call. Hi, Maria. Um, it's where, the parents can ask questions, or we can put questions out that we think will be beneficial to all the students in our programs that also happen to be parents. And then the last feature in the weekly is our conversation starters. And this is really to promote conversation within the classroom. And so, one thing that came from what I love about the weekly, first and foremost, is that it is an extension of the classroom. So, like I said, this is something that the teachers can use as a springboard to begin the class session on that Monday or whatever day the student comes in for the first of the week. And the students are getting this a week before, so they get to see it. And if there's someone that's still working on their English fluency, they can use these conversation starters even at home before they even get to class. So that is basically what it looks like. Now, the article on the left hand side, like I said before, it changes every week, and I try to have it based on a theme, whether it's something that's going on, whether like it's April's Poetry Month, is going to be a article about celebrating poetry, or Black History Month, or the various different things that's happening in our society. It's going to be here. What I have started doing is I will go into chat. Can you guys see that I changed my screen now to, do you see chat GPT?
Not yet.
Not yet. Hmm. Let's see. How do I
I
change?
think you're probably only sharing the one tab.
Okay. So let me stop sharing really quickly and then share again. Let's see. Here we go. Are you guys able to see it now? Perfect. Thank
You
you,
did
Thomas.
it.
Okay. So something I would do here is I would go into ChatGPT and I may say, create a 3 paragraph article with no more than 5 sentences per paragraph, designed for adult education students as it relates to balancing school, work, and family life. This article should end with a question to promote classroom conversation. So I might do something like that, right? And then it will generate, oh, look at that. It's going to generate like more than one response. I can look at them, decide which one I like most, and I can click, okay, I prefer this response. And so what I can do is I can take this, I can copy and paste it into my template for my student weekly. But then through conversations I've had with some staff members, we have different leveled classes. So there's uh, a track of classes that are specifically for students that are learning English, some for the first time. So I had a teacher that said, you know, Anika, I love your articles, but my students can't access it, right? It's short, it's brief, but not everyone can read that. So I can then go in and say, create or say edit this article for adult education students on a CASA's reading level of 197. And that 197 score is designed specifically for students in beginning English class. So it's going to be shorter, and it's going to still keep the idea of like ending with a question to help engage students in conversation, which is really important, no matter their English proficiency level. And then moving forward for the fall, my plan is to create more than one version of the student weekly so that more of my students can access that major article that changes every week. And so it's not just dependent upon the teacher possibly reading it to them, but actually they're able to then have more accessibility. And then if I wanted to, I could type this in again, and then instead of saying a CASAS reading score of 197, I might say a CASAS reading score of 205 because that is the next level after our ESL1 course. So it's going to be a little bit longer than this one, a little bit more complex, but I think that it would allow for our students to have a better accessibility to the content because the students do actually get a paper copy, even though we do provide an electronic copy, and they do hold on to it, and they can refer back to it. So that's pretty much how. That's one way I've been using ChatGPT.